Yes, team. How are we doing this morning? So, a bit of a slight technical issue on the main page there this morning, which wasn't expected. I do believe I'm now live in the private client group. I will wait for some confirmation in the comments. I also believe this is a bit of a risk, but I would have absolutely no qualms at all. Let me know in the comments, guys, that everything's good. Sound, lighting, can see me. I would have no qualms in re-delivering this training again. Okay. I've also just seen now that I believe you can screen share on Facebook. Facebook are clearly upgrading everything and trying to kick the shit out of Zoom. So we might be all good just with Facebook. On that note, please watch this video, okay? And when you have watched this entire video, if you are watching this entire video today, then at the end or later when you finish it and you've watched the whole video, please comment, "That was epically. Thank you." Okay. So if you've watched this part, you will only know that. So maybe write a little note to say, "That was epically. Thank you." Okay. This is not for self-indulgence. Okay. This is not for my ego. This is because it's a little test. Okay. And we're going to see who's stepping up, who's watching the videos, who's taking action, and in short, who's doing sweet FA and then moaning about their lack of progress. Okay. And this is what the entire video is going to be on. And I want you to know, a lot of this is coming from a bad place that I've been in for the last few days, and I've had to work. Okay. I've had to work to hard to get out of it. I would go as far as to say I was in the pit at certain points last week. Okay. Certain points yesterday, certain points the day before yesterday, massively. Okay. That's why I've been up today, planning this since about 4:45 a.m. Okay. Reattaching myself to my peer group, connecting with Paul, watching the trainings. Okay. Not expecting someone to come and rescue me, not expecting change. Okay. And the reality is that it's going to be on procrastination, and it's something that I've massively struggled with the past 7 days, which is why I've had to revisit it and retrain it. That's what we have to do as humans, okay? We're only doing the best with what we've got. And if things aren't working, we need to figure out what it is that's not working, how do we change it, and how do we move forward, okay? And if we can't do those things, we're going to stay stuck, okay? So I want to know who actually watches the video, okay? Fran Hamilton, Emma Bramley, Matt Bingham, Melissa Hall, Edie. Okay, thanks for tuning in live. I can't actually see who's. I don't think I can. I don't want to click that in case I click something off. I'm not sure I can 100% see who's who is actually tuned in live. I think there must be a way, because I see DJs doing it when they're. We can run polls and all sorts, guys. Questions. You just need to keep exploring this. But there's definitely a way, and I'll find it out, that I can see who's watching live as well. But at the moment, I can't quite figure it out. I can see there's 13 people. Laura, good morning. But yeah, Laura, so I've just come on to, everyone who has watched this video in its entirety, I want you to comment at the end. Only at the end, and I can see on the timer. These are simple instructions. That was epically. Thank you. Okay, so why have I crashed? Why have I burned? Why have I struggled? Why have I started procrastinating? Why have I had a really negative attitude for the last few days? Why didn't I go to the gym last week? Why does it feel like my world's crumbling and everything's going to shit, even though it's not really? Okay. Quite simple, okay? And I've had to dig hard to work it out. But the truth is, if I'm honest, I haven't had a day off in 5 months. We're coming up to the end of May. It's that will be the end of 5 months of this year. And if I'm truly honest and not just talking shit and lying to myself, I need to be reflective of the fact that I haven't had a day off. I've either been running or learning or doing personal development or training or playing rugby or helping other people or doing, there just hasn't been a rest day. Okay. And it's a weird one, this for me, because I love all of my careers. And it was, I think the thing that triggered me was when I posted something a few days ago. Someone actually commented, Dave Lazenby, exact words, Jesus Christ, do you ever have a fucking day off? And my reply to it was no, purely because I've created a career that I don't need to escape from. So I love coaching you guys. I love talking now. I love playing rugby. I love DJing. I love making music. Okay. I kind of love every area of my career. But, okay, that's why it becomes a weird one, because you've created a life that you don't want to escape from, and you've created goals that you want to achieve. But, you know, I have to be reflective that I can't fight biology. Okay. It doesn't matter how strong I am. Okay. If you are exhausted and burned out, you are exhausted and burned out. There is nothing you can do about it. But yet, I continue to take on more things. Okay. I had 3, 4, 5 requests yesterday to get involved in charity things. I had requests for events. I had a request for bookings. I had requests for things. And I almost went into, even though yesterday I was completely out of control with workload, couldn't get control of my thoughts. I still almost said yes to those lot of things. Okay. But here's the thing, okay? So from next Friday, I'm away on the SAS training on Friday and Saturday morning, and I'm going to be taking that entire period off. So Friday the 21st, Saturday the 22nd, and Sunday the 23rd, I'm going to do no emails, no Facebook, no PT Hub, no Facebook Lives, no work, none of Paul's trainings, nothing. Okay. I'm just going to have time out to reconnect. Okay. And I think you can all take home from that something that you need to do. Okay. I'm not really taking any time off work, am I? Because I'll deliver the trainings Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we've still done the 4, and I'm still doing the WAM, and I'll be back in the WAM on Monday morning, because we'll come on to why the WAM is so important. So I'm not actually changing anything apart from social media, emails, and stuff that I'm doing, listen, through choice. Okay. I'm choosing to work all day on Saturdays and stress myself out. Okay. I'm choosing to work through most of Sundays. I'm choosing to get up at 5 a.m. every morning. Okay. And very often, because of exhaustion at the moment, it's leading to procrastination. Okay. Yesterday, I swear to God, I ran at 100 miles an hour from 6 a.m. until 9 p.m. last night, and I got very little done until the last couple of hours. Okay. Distracted, no focus, procrastinating, flicking on my phone, social media, low values jobs. Nat kept asking me what was wrong. Every time someone asked me what was wrong, I lost my shit even more. And I just could not control or anything. Okay. And you will also, if I get this, you will definitely get it. Okay. So every time I started concentrating on something for 5 minutes, I ended up on Facebook. Okay. Then I concentrated on something for 5 minutes and I ended up somewhere else. Then I concentrated on something else for 5 minutes else, and I ended up somewhere else. Okay. Completely stressed. Okay, completely overwhelmed, completely the things I talk about that don't actually exist in terms of them being illnesses, but they are actual things. Okay, so this is what we have to realize. Okay, yesterday my procrastination was beyond horrific. Okay, it was on Sunday as well. Now, this is what Dr. John Demartini says. Okay, and I absolutely urge you to write this down. Okay, procrastination causes stress. Action creates success. Okay, yesterday I was doing a lot of stuff but not really taking any action. Okay, I was procrastinating without a shadow of a doubt. Procrastination is a massive issue for me, and it's a massive issue for a lot of people. Just so I know, drop me a comment. Do you struggle with procrastination? Okay. Do you struggle with having this thing that you know you need to do, but rather than doing the thing that you know you really need to do, you keep getting distracted and doing other stuff until the thing that you really need to do becomes scarce, urgent, and time bound, and you're having a monumental Freeman meltdown because you've not done the most important thing. Okay. Let me know if that's you. Okay. And this is how it's been explained to me. And I don't think I'm there yet with this completely. Okay. I don't think I'm there with this at all, but I'm starting to. And I think by the time I've done another 3 or 4 trainings on this today and written tomorrow's, I think I'm almost going to be there. Okay. So let's say you have the thing, okay? The time-bound urgent thing, okay? So part of mine yesterday was that my manager was on my case. Beatport for guys, just before I even continue, everyone who supported the track, I love you so much and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Special thanks to Laura for everything she's doing to help as well. Everyone who's bought it, thank you. I'm so excited to see where it's going to be at. I think it's about 10:30, 11 o'clock, so I'll let you know. But my manager was on my case. Beatport have featured you. It's in the latest releases. That means it gets to loads of people who aren't your fans, who aren't going to see you. That basically means, okay, imagine as a person who doesn't know Lee Freeman, you go on to Beatport, you're into house music, and when you go on the house charts, which is 60, 100 million, 1,000 records, right on the left, in the latest releases, is Lee Freeman coming on strong, okay? In the featured releases. You can't buy that feature, okay? It's because the amount of sales that happened quickly. So they featured it for me. Okay, guys, I'm just going to ignore the comments and I'll come back to them all at the end. And the one thing that he needed me to do was to share that on all networks. You'll notice I still haven't done it. I'm going to do it this morning and tag people. And I also knew that the one thing that I needed to do yesterday, which was time bound and completely urgent, is I won't ever ask anyone to buy any more of my music again. It will happen organically, but this is kind of probably the best record I've ever produced. It's a once in a lifetime chance, and we've got a 7-day window, okay? Because you will never keep the volume of sales up that quickly, and it will only be the volume of sales over a time span that get it to #1. So that was the time bound critical thing that I had to do yesterday, okay? That was the thoughts. So you will all have your thing, okay? It might be launching your website. It might be ending a relationship. It might be going to the gym. It doesn't have to be a big thing like that. It might be improving your mental health, okay? It could be anything. It might just be losing weight. Let's say for the purposes of this coaching, it's losing weight, okay? Or for the purposes of me, last night's posts to push sales. You'll notice I started commenting on them at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night last night, okay? Pushing hard. That should have been done in the afternoon. Why didn't it get done in the afternoon? Because I chose to do other stuff that wasn't as important. That is what procrastination is, isn't it? Okay, we had the thing. Okay, the thing. Guys, you should be listening, not commenting. We had the thing. And then we have our thoughts about the thing. Does that make sense? The thing is here, and on top of the thing is our thoughts. That's what creates all the stress. That's what creates the anxiety. That's what creates the friction. That's what creates the when you feel like you're proper going to lose your shit, okay? It's not the thing. It was a fucking easy thing, wasn't it? How difficult is it to comment on 300 posts saying thanks and do another round of posts on all networks really begging people to buy the track. It's not fucking hell, it's not Mensa, is it? It's not a big thing, but that wasn't what was creating the stress. It was my thoughts about it. Okay, it might be the same with you. Losing weight's not difficult, and we've proved that time and time again. Okay, building muscles not difficult. Okay, tracking your food's not difficult. None of these things that we're trying to do are difficult, and none of these things cause stress. Okay, it's on top of them. Okay, it's the thoughts about them, and that's what we need to get done, because the reality is that needed to get done last night, or what was I going to be riddled with? Okay, failure, guilt, regret, what if? Okay, what if? Okay, this is the friction. This is what causes the stress. What if I hadn't done those posts last night, and when the charts update at 11 a.m, it's dropped to number 60? What happens then? Fear, failure, rejection, not good enough, everything I'm afraid of, everything you're afraid of. Okay, it's the same reason why you won't go to the gym. Okay, it's the same reason why many people don't get started, because they're scared of failure, scared of rejection. But the thing is, if you don't do it, then you fail anyway, because you will never know. Okay, if I hadn't have done that last night, I will never know what impact that would have had. Okay, and here's what my head's saying. Okay, again, remember, this is the thoughts, not the thing. The thoughts on top of the thing, causing the friction, causing the stress, causing the anxiety. Okay, fear of doing it, fear of not doing it, fear of failure. What if? What if I'm? You can even read the language in my post. Okay, sorry about the coming on strong spam. Pathetic language. Okay, my language. Okay, because all I'm doing is I'm thinking what I think people will think, and apologizing for it before they've even thought it. So I'm worried about doing these posts because I think people are going to think I'm cheeky. They're going to think it's spam. They don't like my record. They don't really want to hear it. They're sick to death of hearing about it. They're laughing at me behind my back. They're mocking me. They're taking the piss. And I want to do it, but I can't. Okay. You know, again, drop a comment if that sounds familiar to you. Okay. Should I do it? Should I ask, or am I? Who's ever said this? I know it's a bit cheeky to ask, but okay. So you're perceiving that the other person thinks it's cheeky that you ask that, but you haven't even asked it. So how do you know? Okay, and you're not inside their mind. But very often, okay, because again, just because I can see your name, I'm going to say Fran. Okay, and I can't ask Fran to buy my tracks. It's right cheeky. Okay, how do I know? How do I know that Fran's not just full of love and support for me? Okay, and it's fear of failure. It's fear of her saying no. It's fear of her ignoring the message. It's fear of people not watching one of these live videos. Okay, it's fear that me saying that at the start, that everyone at the end needs to comment, thanks Lee, that was epic, and I'm going to see exactly how many people are watching these videos, and I'm going to come on to why it's so important and why they're all struggling, if not. Okay, but it is the fear. Okay, who's ever been in that? Who, again, drop another comment. Okay, who's ever said this? I really want to do that, but I can't. Okay, I must do this. I have to do this. Okay, I need to get it done. I don't want to let people down. Okay, these should all be resonating. Okay, I hope you don't mind me asking, or can I just? Okay, I need to get this done. I need to get this done. Okay, but you know, I'm terrible to live with. Okay, Nat's got the patience of a saint, and every day it bewilders me that she's still here. Okay, because I can be horrific at times. That's taking ownership. That's taking responsibility. Okay, that's what a personality disorder is. 1 minute I'm fucking running 10 marathons and bouncing off the ceiling. The next minute, I'm fucking lower than a horse draws. Simple as that, okay? But that's taking ownership and that needs to be worked on, okay? We all need to work on our imperfections. But, you know, I have to realize that I have imperfections and take ownership of it like that. And we all need to do that because otherwise it just all heads towards, again, just more friction, more stress, more exhaustion, more burnout, more frustration, more anger, okay? That is what the friction, the stress, the exhaustion, the burnout, the fear, the frustration, the anger, don't get anything done. Okay, that's what it is. So this is classic. This as well. Okay, put in the comments what do you actually think procrastination means? Okay, no googling, no getting your dictionaries out. We're pretty much at a point here where I think we all suffer with procrastination. Okay, I've never met anyone who's just got razor sharp focus 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, gets everything done. Okay, do you not think Paul has meltdowns? Do you not think, I don't know, Duncan Bannatyne, Deborah Meadham, James Smith? Do you not think James Smith has meltdowns? Do you think the body coach has meltdowns? I think the body coach sometimes gets angry with himself because he procrastinates and ends up in, you know, frustration, anger. Of course he does. We all do. Do you think Nat does? She will do. Of course she will. You know, how many of you have said you were going to film a live video, but you've still not done it? I'll come on to that. Okay. What's the difference between you and that and me and doing it every day? That's what I'm going to come on to. Okay. Exactly. That's what I'm going to come on to. And this is going to like blow your head, which is why I'm going to keep saying I want everyone to watch it and I want everyone to comment on the end when they have watched it. Okay. Hesitating to get shit done, making excuses, overthinking everything. Yes, Sarah, I'm always I can't, but I'll try. Then follow with sorry. Yeah, absolutely. Danielle, putting off what you know you need to do. That's what I did yesterday. Okay. Why did I put off doing all those posts about the track that could potentially change my life? Okay. Scared. Okay. Fear of rejection. Okay. But before I come on to that, absolutely, Danielle, low self-worth. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve to be number one on Beatport. I'm not good enough. People are going to laugh at me. Okay. But what does PC mean? That's what we're going to come on to. I'm going to start saying PC rather than procrastination. Okay. So we have to understand there's two very different things. Okay. And this is what's obliterated my mind and got me back on track. Not on a woo-woo kind of sit here in a magician's hat, humming on a beach, sipping green tea kind of way. But we have to understand there's two parts of our mind, okay? And you will know about the two parts, but you will not know the balance, okay? So we have the conscious mind and we have the subconscious mind, okay? We have the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. So the two very different things. And what we need to understand, sorry, Andrew, I was just reading your comment. I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Said all those things and not many people give a toss about you as a person. But it's two very different things, okay? And we have to understand that you can't fix one without the other. So we can't have an on fire flying conscious mind and a poor subconscious mind and vice versa, okay? Because if we try and fix one without the other, that's when all those things that I was discussing creep back in. And you will be able to relate this to your careers, your mindset, your fitness, your nutrition, your fat loss, okay? If we try and fix one without the other, that's when we will end up in self-sabotage. That's when we'll end up in lack of self-belief, low self-worth, exactly what Stacey's just said, okay? I've put it off because I don't think I'm good enough. Put it off because I don't deserve it. I've put it off because I'm afraid of failure. I've put it off, this is another massive one. What was I doing last night? Just afraid people were going to judge me, okay? Afraid people were going to not like me. Afraid people were going to mock me. afraid people were going to think I was cheeky. Simple. I am cheeky. But whilst all that's happening, you tend to think that it's then a lack of action, but it's not, So when we're procrastination, it's not doing nothing, okay? It's doing stuff all the effing time, okay? I do not stop, but I procrastinate a lot. What we tend to associate with procrastination is people that we might call losers that just sit about doing nothing all day, apart from moaning about how shit their life is whilst doing nothing about it. I'll come on to those in a moment. But there's two different sorts of procrastinators, okay? And none of us fall into that one, because if you did, you wouldn't even be watching this video. So congrats on not being that. That's what's called a pathological procrastinator, which we'll come on to, okay? We are all circumstantial procrastinators, which means we're still trying really hard and we're still doing stuff all the time, but we're still completely overwhelmed, exhausted and burnt out and never getting the thing done that we need to do because of our thoughts on top of the thing, friction, exhaustion, burnout, stress, anxiety, depression, all those feelings, okay? Drop me a comment and let me know that I'm making some form of sense, because this whole thing is hugely connected with me. I just want to know that it's connected with you as well, okay? So again, okay, very similar. Procrastination is what you've said, okay? But it's quite simply the dictionary definition, and there's some quite other funny words as well that you'll laugh at. Dilly-dallying. Who's ever said that? That's like something your nan or your granddad says, isn't it? Oh, stop dilly-dallying. But it's the action of delaying or postponing something. That's all it is. Write that down, because just like strategy is not a plan, okay? It's a plan of action. Action, okay? When I wrote this in my notes, I wrote strategy is a plan of action, because that's the only part that's important. The plan is there isn't any plan without action. It doesn't exist. It's fucking pointless. It's like a roadmap to nowhere, okay? Because I can have the map that's going to take me right to my goal. I can have the nutrition plan that's going to take me right to the fitness model body. If I don't take action, nothing's going to happen, okay? And then building into that and onto last week's training, procrastination is the action of delaying or postponing something. It's as simple as that, okay? It's the virus of some day, so don't overthink it, okay? And this is what I'm here to coach, okay? It's not an illness, okay? Just like stress and anxiety, they are not illnesses, okay? They're actions and emotions and feelings. That doesn't mean they're not just as dangerous as illnesses, if not dealt with. Of course they are, okay? Procrastination is horrifically dangerous to every area of your life. Relationships, career, fitness, mindset, goals, everything, okay? But it's an action. And this is what I said this morning, and it obviously triggered that woman. I knew it would trigger one person, Michelle with an E, because Laura will laugh as well. I would never do it because it's against community standards or whatever that type of word is. But she messages every week that she's thinking about starting. She wants to join the plan, that she's probably going to wait till June, and then she lost her parents to COVID last year, which is terrible, but she's still locked in last year, okay? She's still locked in. That's a reason for her not sorting her health out. It's like, that was 2020. We're in fucking May 2021. That might sound brutal, but it's not, because she is in pain and she's not taking action. However, she can turn up for the live every morning and challenge and argue and send stupid messages asking me, can I send a Naughty Nick's latest record, which is not released. But everything, all of that, her argument this morning, her comments, I've not even read it. She's going on about addiction or something. Not interested. I'm not going to comment on it, and I'll come on to why. But all of that is a smokescreen for the fact that she's a pathological procrastinator. Because if she's not, she would have joined by now. Okay, I can't help her, so I'm not interested. And I sincerely hope she never joins the plan. It'd be quite embarrassing now if she does, won't it? But we have to understand we're choosing not to take action. If I don't go to the gym today, Fran, I love you. Make sure you catch up on the rest of this video, please. And last 2 weeks on overwhelm. Eradicating overwhelm part 1 and part 2. Critical for you. By choosing not to take action, you're choosing to stay the same, okay? And this is the classic relationship one, okay? Who's been in a relationship when you don't love them anymore? In fact, they just completely fucking get on your tits. It's gone, it's finished. You know it's over, okay? I think every person deep down, if we're going back to 15, 16, 17 years old, there will be the odd golden era of couples, like my nan and granddad, for instance, that kind of met at 16, childhood sweethearts, and went all the way through. But 99% of people have stayed in a relationship way longer than they should have done, even though it was causing both parties a monumental amount of pain. Why? Because they refused to take action, okay? But when you refuse to take action, you have to understand you're choosing to stay the same. You're choosing to stay in that unhappy relationship. But you know, again, comment yes if you agree. This is the difference with us, which I'm going to come on to. Like I said, you wouldn't be here watching this video. We're not the people not doing anything and then moaning about it. We're the people doing all of the stuff, all of the time, trying to achieve all of the goals, making all of the change, but doing it in a fashion where we end up stressed, exhausted, burned out, frustrated, overwhelmed, which all leads to procrastination. Drop me a yes if you agree, okay? So why? And this is what I came on to, and this is what triggered her even more, okay? We perceive more potential pain in doing the action, or, okay, so I perceived more pain in doing the Facebook post last night, asking hundreds of people to buy my tracks, putting myself out there, doing more videos, feeling like I'm cheeky, putting myself out on social media, basically putting myself up for somebody to knock me down, putting myself on a platform for people to be able to judge me, putting myself in a situation where I could fail. And the thing that held me off doing it, that might hold you off from ending a relationship, that might hold you off from changing a career, which might hold you off from going to the gym today, okay, is you perceive more pain in doing the action, okay? If you're not going to the gym today or getting your steps in, it's because you perceive pain in taking that action, okay? Or you perceive more pleasure in doing something else. Netflix, Line of Duty, scrolling on social media, TikTok, fucking reels. Oh my God. What is the point of them? Okay? Snapchat, WhatsApp, the cesspit of life. Okay? You perceive more pleasure in doing that. Okay? But you know, that action, you perceive more pleasure in, more pain in not taking the action than you do in changing, okay? So let's think about examples here. Again, okay? Stacey Danielle, I reached burnout and binged yesterday. It's a cycle I can't get out of. No, it's not. Okay, it's a cycle you need to work on improving. Run yourself through this process. What actually happened? You pushed too hard. Why? What does that mean? It means you need to learn from it and you need to not push so hard and be more sustainable and be more balanced. Why are you grateful? Because you've learned straight away after one day and it means you're not going to do it again. Okay, run yourself through that cycle, but change that language. It's a cycle I can't get out of. Of course you can. You're choosing not to get out of it. Okay, you're choosing not to take the action to get out of it. Pure and simple. Alcohol, for example. Exercise, for example. food choices, for example, getting out of bed earlier, for example, okay, leaving a job and getting a new one because you hate your career, ending a relationship, ending a marriage, picking up the phone and having a difficult conversation, chasing the invoice that needs paying, okay? We delay all of them because of our future perception of the pain that they're going to cause. Okay, I won't end my marriage because I can see how much pain it's going to cause. I would rather stay in the current pain I'm in myself and do nothing. You've got to think about it. It's so simple, isn't it, for the human mind? Why wouldn't you delay perceived pain? Why would you do something that's going to cause you pain? Why would you do something that you perceive is going to cause you pain? Okay, and why would you not avoid doing something that you believe is going to cause you pain? Okay, and this is what it comes down to. Again, I would write this part down. It's easy to keep bad habits, okay, because you get instant gratification. Again, this is what triggered that woman, and she's talking shit. She has no idea what she's on about. She's turned it around and started saying that the gym and healthy eating are also addictions. They are, yeah, of course they can be, okay? But they're addictions with a positive, healthy outcome, okay? Boozing and taking drugs as an addiction never ends well, does it? Okay, so the fact that what she's trying to pull out and challenge me that they're both an addiction is rubbish, okay? But, it's so how easy is it to keep drinking, keep making excuses, keep avoiding the difficult conversation, okay? Keep gambling, stay in a dead-end job, snooze. Easy, aren't they? All of them are easy. Why? Because you get instant gratification, okay? Now, the kicker is that good habits, so exercise, healthy eating, personal development, honesty, integrity, open conversations, stepping out of your comfort zone, they all start with pain and sacrifice, okay? Whereas with bad habits, the pain comes afterwards. So you get the pleasure and then you get the pain, don't you? Just think about it in its simplest terms. Getting smashed out of your bonds. What happens? You get this instant feeling of gratification, escapism, release, dopamine, highs, fun, social lubricant. Okay, what happens afterwards? Dying. Feel like I'm going to die. Never drinking again. Feel like shit. Can't stop eating crap. I'm fat. I'm skin. I'm unhealthy. I'm an alcoholic. I'm a drug addict. I'm a fucking loser. Everything's gone to pot. Okay? We get the pleasure and it's followed by the pain. Okay? But here's what most people are looking for. Most people are looking to get to the pleasure without the pain. And let me tell you right now, if there's one thing you want to take away from this, is that there is no pleasure without pain. Pure and simple. And there's no pain without pleasure. Okay? It's just a pure and simple reflection. Just like looking in the mirror and seeing the reflection of how much we've invested into our health and fitness in the last 5 months of this year. How we currently look now is a direct reflection of it. Look at the one meeting. Look at the guys that have invested the most amount of time into healthy eating and fitness in the last 5 months. What does the reflection say? What does the picture say? Okay. And then look at the other people, the ones that aren't posting, they aren't checking in, they're lurking, they're not accountability, they're full of excuses. What emotion are they experiencing? They're experiencing pain. Whereas the others are experiencing pleasure because they went through pain to get there, okay? The pain of hard work is followed by the pleasure of getting results, okay? But they are all perceptions, okay? But you have to remember that. Another one is the credit card, isn't it? Think about the classic credit card. Again, freaking nose is killing. Drop me a comment if you've done this. Got a credit card. Bought something you shouldn't have. Shiny object, paper over the cracks, material object, car, house, handbag, holiday, fuck it, I'll pay it off later. Okay? To get that instant high, that instant buzz, that instant gratification. It's the same as any form of drugs, from coffee right up to heroin. Okay? You get an instant hit. Okay? And then what comes afterwards? Pain, debt, sacrifice, can't go out, checks are bouncing, bills are adding up. Why? Because we took the easy option. We took the easy bad habit that got instant gratification, and then we were followed by pain. How about we flip it, guys? Okay? Let's go through a little bit of pain, because the pain of hard work is then rewarded with pleasure. It's a pure and simple exchange, okay? But what most people are doing are chasing the pleasure, chasing the reward, chasing the success, chasing the love, chasing the attention, chasing the happy relationship, okay, without going through any pain. Okay, so you want the body, but you're not willing to do the work, okay? So you want the reward without the pain. Doesn't happen. Is not ever going to happen, guys. Have a good day, Emma. Have a good day, John and Stacey. Okay? You're not going to get the reward without the pain, just like you're not going to get the pain without the pleasure. Pure and simple. The other words were, some of these are hilarious: dithering, delaying tactics, hesitation, stalling, and of course, dilly-dallying. I've no idea why they all made me smile so much, but they did, okay? But what we have to do is, and what we do is, we weigh up the drawback versus the benefit, okay? So when you're, again, this is classic in fitness, okay? When you're delaying what it is that you need to do, what is it that you think that you need to get you to do it, okay? So when you're not going to the gym, what is it that you think you need? Oh, it's because I need more time. It's because I need more help. It's because I need more support. It's because I need a training partner. It's because I need a gym that's closer. Basically, it's because I need a rubber fucking dinghy to pull up outside my house and rescue me. And until I get one, I'm not going to do anything. Okay. And then we also may say, just need some more motivation. Who said that? I've said that so many times, okay? I just need some more motivation. And we pure and simply don't. It's another myth, guys. Motivation is created once you've taken the action. Motivation is never, ever going to get you to take action. You read a book and then you feel motivated. You don't feel motivated and then read a book, okay? You go to the gym and start to see results and then you feel motivated. You don't feel motivated and then go to the gym and go to see results, okay? People get it the wrong way around. But what I was going to come on to is, it's when our values are misaligned, okay? This is why we procrastinate. We procrastinate because our values are misaligned. Write that down. I dilly-dally and dither because my values have become misaligned. So we say it's important, this thing, okay, we say this thing is important, and our thoughts about it on top, causing the friction, the stress, the anxiety, and the exhaustion. But it's not really, okay? So we force something else to the top, okay? And then we blame procrastination. Then we blame time. Then we blame energy. Then we blame motivation, okay? Because the thing might not have been as important as we thought it was. And we need to get a handle on that, okay? Because if it's not and the values aren't aligned, we'll force something else to it, okay? Now, as I was coming on to, there are two types. So there's two types of procrastination, okay? So pathological is not very stressful. It's your typical mate who just sits playing Xbox all day. He just thinks things are going to get better. He will never join a plan. He'll never sign up. I will never speak to one of these people, okay? Because they're still in the inbox thinking about it, okay? I can't be asked for these people, brutally honestly, okay? It's just who they are. They're full of bullshit. They'll never start. Procrastination and a person that doesn't take action has become such a strong part of their identity that they just habitually forever think that things are just gonna somehow get better one day, okay? Then there's us, or me specifically. But I think you're all like me in some way, or you wouldn't be here, okay? circumstantial. Okay, this is high stress procrastination. This is high stress fear. This is anxiety. Okay, this is frustration. This is anger. This is meltdowns. This is losing your shit. Okay, and it very often can come from several things. It can come from perfectionism, 100% me, which is the lowest level of fear, because perfectionism is unattainable, isn't it? What am I trying to do? I'm always trying to produce the perfect track. Okay. If you knew how long we fucked around with coming on strong, you'd know why it's now become so important. Okay. But done is better than perfect, and you have to be about that sometime, because perfectionism is the lowest level of fear, is what I'm saying. And again, that will lead to nothing ever getting done. But okay, why is it that I believe you and I procrastinate and we don't do the most important things? Okay, it's quite simply fear of failure. Bear with me on this. There's a reason why I've said it's epic, and it will make sense. I'm probably going to struggle to do it in 13 minutes, but I'll try. Okay, so we're scared of rejection, me last night. Okay, scared of failure, me last night, me this morning. Okay, scared of being mocked, me last night, me this morning. Okay, scared of being judged negatively by other people, me last night and me this morning. Okay, pure and simple. Again, drop me a yes. Does that hit home with you? Have you at some point in your life, maybe even in the last 5 months, or the last 5 years, or the last year, put something off, not done something else, that you got your conscious mind and your subconscious mind all screwed up, you lost your values, you didn't really know where you were, you didn't have a roadmap, and you ended up just doing nothing, or doing something else that you perceived to be more important, purely because scared of rejection, scared of failure, scared of being mocked. Hands up, who's not started a fitness plan or tried to get in shape because they were afraid of their friends taking the piss, afraid of their husband taking the piss, afraid of their wife taking the piss. Okay, who's doesn't put anything on Facebook about what they're doing because they're scared of being judged negatively by others and their reactions? Okay, I don't believe that Billy Shaw's the only one, but thank you, Billy, for getting involved. Am I on the right lines here, or is it just me? It might just be me. I don't know. I can only talk from personal experience, but for me, those 4 things are what leads to procrastination. Okay, scared of rejection, scared of failure, scared of being mocked, scared of being judged negatively by others. Okay, all this triggers our biggest fear of all. Okay, what do you think are okay, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to kind of put words in your mouth. I think there's a delay again. I'm just worried that I'm like talking absolute rubbish and it's not making sense when it makes so much sense to me. But they all trigger the ultimate fear. I don't know what yours is, but I know what mine is, and it's just constantly there, that I'm not good enough. Not good enough parent, partner, coach, DJ, producer, rugby player. Probably been there all my life. Okay. And I've come about damn well. And I've realised that a lot of it was because of my peer group. Because I was actually told that I wasn't good enough. Okay. And that can very often lead to you just avoiding doing anything. Okay. And it's all a result of subconscious thinking. Those thoughts that I was putting into people's brains last night, they weren't actually thinking that. I created it all in my head. Why? Because of what happened in my past. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of not being good enough. That's why we procrastinate. That's why we don't take the action. Or me personally, anyway. And very often it's subconscious, which is why you actually might not be commenting yes. And you might be thinking, no, I think he's talking shit. I don't feel like that. Okay? Because you might not be aware of it. But check this out. Check these stats out. 95% of our thoughts are subconscious, 5% are conscious. So 95%, I think the roundabout stats are 2,500 thoughts per day we have. 95% of those are subconscious. How mental is that? How mental? 95%. Okay. Basically, we're sleeping awake. Okay. No one wants to. No one wants to consciously procrastinate, do they? Think about it. Sorry, I went on a bit of a low there. I was about to get freaking emotional because everyone did tell me. Not everyone. I'm not gonna say who, but I was told for years I'm not good enough at everything: DJing, making music, rugby, fitness, career, everything. Not a good person. Okay. And this is what I'm going to come on to, and this is why I want everyone to watch it till the end, because I think nothing probably makes a lot of sense until now. It didn't when Paul coached it to me. But no one wants to consciously procrastinate, do they? No one wants to consciously fail. No one wants to consciously self-sabotage. No one wants to consciously have low self-worth, no self-belief, no discipline. You know, I'm going to go back and I hope you watch it. I really do hope you watch it. Maria, you know, Andrea, Billy, Jonathan, Emma, Stacey, specifically to you, okay? I'm going to go back to when you talked about I reached burnout and I binged again yesterday. It was a cycle I can't get out of. You didn't fucking wake up, did you, and think, oh, I know what? My conscious thoughts are, I want to binge today. My conscious thoughts this morning are, I don't want to go to the gym. My conscious thoughts this morning are, I want to fuck around on my phone all day. Sorry, language. I want to just skim on Instagram, looking at nice arses and back fannies, which I wish that I had, looking at lads that are in better shape than me, looking at people's careers who are better than me, looking at DJs who are higher up the chart, looking at all that stuff. And I just want to get lost in it all day and do absolutely sweet FA until things become time critical at 8 o'clock at night. And I have to do them. Okay. No one wakes up, do they? Consciously wants to feel like that. It's subconscious. Okay. But I've learned to control it more. I've just lost myself in the last few days. But no one wants to consciously procrastinate, but it's why we all procrastinate over different things, okay? Again, never think I'm good enough. But you are, Melissa, 100%. It's just that's your perception of other people's thoughts about you, okay? Not your thoughts about you, 100%. Always the fat kid in the family. Peer group. Your thoughts about other people's thoughts about you. That's it, okay? Thoughts, thing, lose weight, get fit, fucking nail it. You are one awesome, incredible person, Melissa Hall. It's the thoughts here that caused the friction, the anxiety, and stopped you getting talking, okay? Again, Jackie, I'm not good enough at anything, okay? You are. You're incredible. You're an incredible woman. You were the only person faster than Matt that was chasing me around the lake. Okay, it's your thoughts, and 95% of them are subconscious. That's what we need to realize. Okay, it's why I go to the gym and you don't. It's why I ran the marathons and you may not have done. It's why I've built and developed the confidence to just jump on and do a live video like this, and at this stage you may never not. Okay, it's why Debbie Blakemore felt confident enough to do a live video. It's why Nick's felt confident enough to start doing a live video. Okay. And here's the kicker, okay? It's all because the way we're influenced and programmed by others. Simple as. Nick will have done the video because he found confidence through me doing it. I did videos because I found confidence through other people doing it, okay? Debbie did videos because she found confidence through other people doing it. Melissa has posted her update photos every single week relentlessly in the group, in the accountability group, because she found confidence through other people doing it. Okay. So, you know, we have to understand that, you know, when you guys are saying things like that, not good enough, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of being mocked, all the things that I face, you've got two options, haven't you? Just think about this and again, write this down. If I do this and it doesn't work, I've failed. Okay. If I don't do it, I've failed anyway. So what have you got to lose? But what we need to understand is the mind is like a compass. Okay. The compass can't point north and south at the same time. It's magnetic. It can only point to one place. Your mind is the same. Okay. This is why, again, when dealing with things like grief, we talk about being grateful for the time we did get to spend with the person, not the time that we didn't, because it's very difficult to experience sadness and happiness at the same time. Okay. It's very difficult to be calm and angry at the same time. Okay. This is why we meditate. Okay. If I'm zenned out on the floor, like I will be after this video, how can I be angry at the same time? Okay. If I'm remembering the magic moments about somebody, how can I be sad at the same time? Okay. But we have to understand it's pre-programmed. Okay. So all the things that you guys have said, okay, the brain is pre-programmed towards fear, failure, rejection, useless, not good enough, everyone hates me, negative people, everyone's going to judge me, everyone thinks I'm a dick. You're all watching this now thinking, what the fuck is he even talking about? What's that stupid thing on his nose? And he's bald and he's got a really big nose. Okay. We're programmed to believe that the worst things are going to happen. Okay. You know, business, no one's going to pay that. No one's going to pay me £100 an hour to personal train them. I won't get results if I join that plan. I'll give up. Okay. Whose parents have said this? Oh, you know, money doesn't grow on trees. Yeah, damn right it doesn't. You go out and fucking work for it. Okay. But I'm not good enough. I can't achieve that. People will laugh at me. People will hate on me. People will judge me. Who's literally not done something that they really want to do. Bit of a disco patch as well. Lovely. Who's not done something they really want to do because they're scared of what other people think. Scared people will laugh at them. Okay. Or they think they can't do it. But what we need to work on is, and this is where the kicker comes. I've got 2 minutes left, and this is why I want everyone to comment at the end when they've watched it, because if they do, it will actually change their lives. If they don't, they will stay the same and keep procrastinating. Okay, you have to learn to override those thoughts. Okay, how do you might not even know. How do you think Melissa's began to override those thoughts? Okay, Stephen Regan, how do you think you've begun to override those thoughts? Jackie, Loretta, Georgina, Emma, Michelle, Andrea, Fran, Laura, anyone who's watching or watching on replay, how do you think you've ended up taking action, okay, and started to see progress and results and checking in the WAM and do all the things that you should be doing, and you're now fully on track for a more prosperous and focused life? How do you override them thoughts constantly? Through daily journaling and completing your planner and doing the evening review and doing the morning journal, because you can't override them in your head. The compass is just going to go whack straight back to where it was, okay, until you override it. Okay, it's going to go negative, override it back to positive. Negative, not good enough, ride it back to yes, I am. Okay, and that happens through journaling your thoughts every day. That happens through the daily planner. That's why I created it. That's why I'm so passionate about it. That's why I go on about it all the time. That's why there's morning reviews. That's why there's evening journals. That's why there's daily accountabilities. Okay, because we have to override those thoughts, because the compass will always go straight back to them, because that's how the human subconscious mind is programmed. Pure and simple, and it's 95%. So we've got to work hard at it, haven't we? Okay. Now, how do we do that? Okay. Jesus, right. Okay, I'm going to rattle on. How do we do that? This is the point, isn't it? When you kind of thinking, this all sounds really greatly, but how do I do that? Well, one is journaling, pure and simple. Okay. Do what you said you were going to do. Do what you signed up and paid for. Stop hiding. Stop not doing the day planner. Stop not tracking on MyFitnessPal. Stop being a ghost in the group. Any newbies watching this, it's day 2. Why haven't you introduced yourself and posted your why yet? What have you been doing that's more important? What have you been doing that's higher value? Okay, Stephen's done his. Loads of you haven't yet. Loads of you haven't introduced yourself. Haven't even done the first mindset video. And we're at 9:30 on Tuesday. Haven't done anything. One person hasn't even done their questionnaire yet. Okay? They signed up and paid £99 6 days ago, and they've not completed their questionnaire. They've been chased 3 times. If you're watching, you know who you are. What are you doing? Okay? So we have to understand that it very often comes down to we're putting the wrong inputs in. Okay? So this is why we're all so lucky to be here together. Okay? This is why the wham is so important. Do you think I get up on a Monday and sit on there for 3 hours for my own health or progress? You know, absolutely not. It's because I understand how important it is, okay? Your mind will always take on board what you give it, okay? So if you take it to McDonald's and you take it to Domino's and you take it to Pizza Hut, you're going to get fat. If you take it to the gym, you're going to get results. You're going to get stronger, leaner, fitter, okay? If you want to be a successful businessman and you sign up for a mastermind and you're in a group full of peers who are also successful businessmen and they love and support you, you are going to become a successful businessman, okay? Or if you're in the lads WhatsApp group every day that does nothing but share those shitty freaking porn videos that go around saying, hey, hope you've had a lovely day. Simply lovely. Lads, you all know what I'm talking about. Ladies, some of you will probably know what I'm talking about as well. Okay, I think it goes around about 8 million people every week. Be seeing you. Okay, so you're either in the WhatsApp cesspit group of people that moan, blame, complain, justify, or you're in a peer group like this. Of people that want to see you succeed. People that want to look at how much support there was for people yesterday when they were down. Look at how everyone raised Fran up. Look at how Melissa supports everyone and everyone has. Okay. Look at how everyone's got each other's backs. Okay. Look at how honest Nick was and felt comfortable about it. Okay. Look at everything Laura does for everybody. Okay. Look at the support. Look at what you've got. Okay. And realize that this is what your decisions and how you feel comes down to. Okay. But you have to take into account the other things. What else are you watching? Okay, who are you following on social media? Okay, YouTube, Facebook. How much news are you watching? Who are you listening to every day? Because some of you are paid to listen to me to change your life, but you're not. You're still in the WhatsApp cesspit watching porn videos. Okay, pure and simple. Okay, that person who hasn't completed the questionnaire, I bet they've been on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp group chats. Okay, look at your comments. Everybody scroll down the last 10 days on social media. Some of you will cringe, okay? Getting involved in other people's businesses, commenting on stuff that doesn't concern you, okay? You have to stop putting the wrong things in your eyes, the wrong things in your ears, the wrong things in your mouth, okay? And for that, peer group is essential. And that's why we're all so lucky to be here and be part of this, okay? Because for very many of us, and me in my earlier days, okay, we struggle with that fear of not being good enough and not being laughed at because our only peer group is our friends and family, okay? And all we do is worry about what they're going to say, worried that they'll take the piss, worried that they'll reject us, worried that our confidence will get hurt, okay? Leave the WhatsApp group, okay? How is it helping your future, okay? Stop putting the wrong inputs in because you will just end up then procrastinating out of fear. Again, back to the same thing, scared of rejection, scared of not being good enough, scared of being judged, scared of being laughed at, everything that I experienced last night. But, you know, where do you think all these beliefs come from? They come from what we allow ourselves to see, what goes in our ears, who we hang around with and what we watch, okay? So, you know, focus on those things. But this is what I'm going to end on, you know. We have to stop putting poor inputs in because, you know, if you spend your life commenting, who's commented, who spent like half a day on a Facebook thread commenting about a load of shit that doesn't concern you? I have. I almost got drawn into it on Richard Applebridge yesterday on the post. You know, when them dickheads were saying that he's, little do they know that we actually know him and that he's a client. Those of you watching who don't know, go and look on the main Facebook page. But don't spend too long on there based on what I've just said. He's done his start picture is a mirror selfie, and his update picture when he's lost about 5 stone and got abs is a picture that his wife's taken. Okay, people are saying it's fake because the same tattoos are on the wrong arms. Okay, because they're that thick and they're that negative and they're the pathological procrastinators that will never sign up and join because they're scrolling on social media, commenting on other people's progress, trying to pull them down and say it's fake. What a dark place to be in. But we've all done that, okay? Or something similar to it. We've got drawn into debate about COVID, okay? We've got drawn into debate about the royal family. You know, we've got drawn into debate about exercise or anything, okay? Stop scrolling, stop watching the news, okay? Unless it's positive, stop watching other people's highlights reels. Stop watching reels. What another cesspit of time wasting that is on social media. What is a reel? I can't even figure it out. I love one of my friends, Becky, to death, dearly. But she posted a reel yesterday and I'm like, what the fuck? It's you trying 3 different outfits on and doing model poses and touching the screen. Like, why? I don't understand. Stop Googling symptoms. Start putting the right things in. And this is all I want to end on. I know I've gone over a bit, okay? Upgrading your peer group is the single biggest way to do it. That's why I'm in Phil Graham's mastermind, okay? That's why I'm in Paul's mastermind. That's why I choose to spend so much time with you guys, okay? That's why I choose to spend time with Laura. That's why I choose to spend time with Nat. That's why I choose to spend time with people who want to see me succeed and want to raise me up. It's why I choose to be here right now, okay? But you've already done that, okay? Peter Sholly, you're here. Jessica Faye, you're here. Loretta, Melissa, you're here, okay? And this is not angled at any of you guys, purely based on the fact you are here. But this is what we're going to end on. Gone 10 minutes over. I want to see who's going to comment. Michelle Ridley, you're here. I want to comment. Who's going to, let's give them 36 hours. That's fair to have caught up on this video. Day 2, motivation should be off the scale if you think it's something that's given and not created. Okay. New starters and current lurkers, I'm flat down calling you out and seeing who's going to comment, because you're here. You've already got the peer group. You've got the plan. You've got the support. You've got the network. You've got everything you need to succeed. Okay. But that is not enough. You have to get involved. Okay. You have to stop lurking. You have to introduce yourself. You have to step out of your comfort zone, and you have to stop playing the lone wolf. Okay. Because you're here, but you're still doing nothing. Okay. You spent more time. You spent time in the WhatsApp group chat this weekend, but you haven't introduced yourself to your new peer group. Okay. That's going to raise you up and support you. So you valued WhatsApp group chat over the solution that you've just paid. Okay. You joined because you believed my plan was the answer to improve your physical health, your mental health, your fat loss, your mindset, career, relationships, whatever reason you personally joined for, okay? You joined because you believed it was the answer, and it is, okay? But not if you just play the lone wolf, okay? You have to get involved, and when you do, you'll be inspired by other people who are getting results, okay? Again, why do you think the wham is so important? Why do I do the wham? Because you have the choice, okay? You can come on the wham, catch up on the wham, be on the daily lives every day like Melissa, Stephen, Peter Sholly is, listening to it, being part of the group, being prominent, taking action, or you have 2 options. Go back to your own peer group, okay? And chat shit on WhatsApp all day. Scroll on Instagram, commenting on stuff. Go on Facebook like those people, taking the mickey out of other people's transformation pictures, calling them fake, telling people they're on steroids, causing arguments, okay? That Michelle this morning, okay, trying to call me out, trying to create an argument with me. She's just got up and gone on my Facebook Live and tried to create conflict, okay? You can do that if you want. You can go back to being your old self, okay? You can go back to your old peer group, okay? But do you think you might procrastinate less if you nail the basics? Okay. Steps, morning journal, evening review, daily accountability, weekly wham. That's all I ask. 30 minutes personal development every day. Do you think if you prioritize those things and made them a daily habit, that you might possibly procrastinate less? If you spent more time watching these videos and less time on WhatsApp, do you think you would procrastinate less? If you spent more time exercising and hanging around with people that exercise and upgrading your peer group and being prominent and stepping up and going out of your comfort zone, do you think you would procrastinate less? We all would, guys. Okay? It comes down, it comes down to nailing the basics. Okay? The answer to solving procrastination is journaling your thoughts, because otherwise that compass is just going to go straight back to those 95% subconscious thoughts that tell you you're not good enough, people are going to judge you, fear of reaction, you're never going to succeed, you're not going to fail. Okay, we have to keep overriding it and resetting it, and that starts with your morning journal, evening review, and completing the planner every day. I believe that's a life-changing training, and it's certainly given me a much clearer view on where I need to go today and where I need to go this week. So I hope that's been good for you guys as it would for me. So I think some people, any questions? Who needs any help with anything to finish? Those questions, which I'm going to see if we've got any questions. I'm always talking from personal experience, so I get my language a little bit muddled up sometimes, guys. So sometimes if it can come across like I might be talking to you, or that I'm kind of calling you out, or that I'm being a little bit nasty. And I think I'm doing it now, aren't I? Trying to justify what I've said rather than just saying that's how I feel, that's how I coach, and that's what I think's okay. So you can see, again, I have to override it again. Okay. I believe in everything what I just said. So I'm not going to apologise for it in any way, shape or form. And it's all from personal experience. What I'm trying to get across is most of the things I coach are what I feel and what I struggle with. And I have to learn from them and go through them. And I'm hoping that coaching helps you develop the same. So we have one question. Ed, I'm feeling very weak every morning. Good night's sleep, etc. But I just feel very heavy and weak. It's also affecting my morning routine. My legs are heavy and I can't quite get into it. So Edie, again, it sounds like it might be a little bit of burnout and exhaustion. I know you're training really hard. It might be time just for a day off. Like I said, I'm going to have 3 next week, and I think I need it more than anything in the world, because it's not until someone pointed it out to me that I realised I haven't had a day off in 2021. Okay, so I think that might be possibly what it is. If not, we might, see how have a full rest day, completely rest your body, maybe have a bit of a treat meal, bit of a day off training. Sounds like crazy advice to give, hey, but the best advice. And just see how you feel in 24 hours. And then drop it on the live again. And if it's no better, we might possibly need to, it might be an energy balance level. You might be a bit too low, and we might need to put some more food in. But my first advice on that would be based on that you've said. Sounds like you just need a good rest day. Maybe go and have a sports massage or a spa day. Have a nice bath. Eat some nice food. Don't go massively over on calories, but just have a bit of a relaxed day. Yeah, no, me too. 100%, Edie, all the time. It's hard. It is really hard. It's the quadrants that I did last week. So it's the relaxed, calm. It's the high energy. Sorry, it's the high positivity. So we stay focused but low energy. And I think you probably need a high positivity, low energy day. So relax, but maybe do some personal development, some stretches, still go and get some fresh air every couple of hours, get some steps in. I probably have no training. Maybe treat yourself to 50, 60 extra grams of carbs, have a good night's sleep, and then drop on the live again, and we'll assess it again tomorrow based on how you're feeling. So guys, I love you all. Have an awesome day. And I will be back on, will be a super fast Q&A, old school style, live in the group tomorrow. And then we'll be back with trainings on Thursday and Friday, just like this. Okay. Have an awesome day. Take care. See you soon.